Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon 2. Last episode, we pretty much cleared out the entire cactus thicket that was around the ogre lair. And there's some interesting stuff in there, including a whole bunch of titans. There's a bit of a fight there, but thankfully tactical retreat managed to save us having to go through a whole lot of it again. Still, worked out. And now, it's time to report in to Avadon. So let's go do just that. Also, there are level ups and items we have to hand in to everyone. So we're also going to start with that. First up, the level ups! Yoshiria! You could actually do with more endurance, I think. We can slowly build up 2 points there, 2 points there, and next level you'll be able to get Lightning Pot. Perfect. I love it. Alright. Yannick. Or only one level. Okay. Slowly I want to get you to Corrupting Cloud. So 2 points in Ward Mastery. And Alcander. Lovely, lovely Alcander. 2 points in Dexterity, and let's see. 2 points there, 2 points there, and then we'll slowly build our way up to getting the better turrets here. The Healing Pylon, Temporal Pylon, and slowly to get the Inferno turret. Fortunately, it doesn't take as much effort. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 levels. By level 26, he'll have it. Perfect. Yeah, I gave him some wrist flinger training, so sue me. He'll be a bit better with it. I'll take it. Okay. What do we have to hand to people? Okay, Farsight Band to Alcander. Charm of Nimbleness to Alcander. Lightning Short Sword to Alcander. Sharpshooter's Mantle to Alcander. Black Birch Staff. Let's see if that works for him. And Radiant Choker for whoever it works for. Okay. You, Sharpshooter's Mantle, Farsight Band. This will be better than the Iron Short Sword. And you've already got a Charm of Endurance. Okay, we'll give that to Yoshiria, why don't we? Yeah. And this Radiant Choker. Yeah, it's better than the Tribal Fetish, in my opinion. And Black Birch Staff is... Yeah, it does more damage. I think it's worth it. Okay. Sleep Collar Staff we can sell. And we have a whole bunch of things we can turn in and hand in and deposit and stuff. And I'm gonna need to do something about these, rune stones. Bloody hell. Alright, first things first, since we're passing by here, let's, go speak with, Hard Protus. Hard Protus, I destroyed the base of rebel ogres. You relay your tale of carnage and vengeance. Hard Protus takes notes and nods approvingly. Oh, this is exactly the sort of thing Avadon was created for. I will make sure that Hanval's council receives word of your actions and your effectiveness. A pouch of coins is brought to you. So you found the ogres, destroyed them. Odil will continue to try to locate the rebel commander Constina. Anything else? I found some rebel information and returned it to Odil. Really? Excellent. I will make sure we receive a copy. It would have been better if the papers could be brought directly to us, but I know you had no choice. I found that the scout Silk is still alive. Ooh, Silk? He checks his notes. Ah, the scout. I will make note of it. He doesn't write anything down. He obviously doesn't care. Kinda makes sense. That's my full report. Well, then I must send you away. I have excellent news for you. Redbeard has noticed you. He has asked to give you your next mission personally. Go upstairs and see him immediately. An exciting journey to the Tawan Empire may be in your future. I had a feeling that was what it would be. Alright, we got another level up. And we got as much strength as we want, so let's work on getting our endurance up. Okay. 2 points for there gives us Sharpshooter Spray. It'll be 1, 2, 3 more levels, and we'll get Berserk Leap. Beautiful. Alright, Kalita. Point in Strength. And you're gonna get that in 1 more level. Wonderful. And Yannick got another point. And you get Steel Wind. Perfect. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 levels until you get Corrupting Cloud. Perfect. Alright. Now that that's done... Can we actually take this? I'm not gonna risk it. Someone might see us. Alright. Is there anything over here that we have to learn? Polis? You got anything for us? Nope. Nothing about our companions. We will go and speak with all of them, though. Wait, no, that's not our room. This is our room. Alright, I'm gonna drop all these. I'll go through them in a bit. Yeah, I got a lot of runestones. I've been told about a few of them that I should use. And I will, once I take care of things around here. Okay, moving on. Alright, Diedrich. Diedrich is eager to take a... Okay. I'd like to know more about your tattoo. It's nothing we learned from there. Handcade, I have an honor token. Handcade takes it from you reverently and inspects it. She nods and says, "You have earned a secret. What do you wish to learn?" Melee attacks to be more accurate, more powerful, missiles more accurate or powerful, spells more damage, healing more effective, blessings and curses more effective. I think melee attacks more powerful is something we could use. Handcade smiles. I can help you with that. Several hours of exhausting lessons take place. It is remarkably helpful. Finally, dripping with sweat, you stumble away from the training floor. That is all I can teach you. About this, anyway. We don't have another one. But we did have one, and I think it was probably... Yeah, I think it was whatever we found in the ogre camp there. Good. Alright, let's move on and explore elsewhere before we actually go upstairs to Redbeard. Speak with our other companions a bit, I suppose. And also go down here. We have something to turn into Nicodemus. Okay, this away, this away, this away. To Nicodemus. Come on. Alright, Nicodemus, please stop moving, thank you. Can you craft any new items for me? I found some powdered demon horn. Craftmaster Nicodemus eagerly rips the item out of your hands.
Beautiful stuff, powdered infernal. All it needs is a properly treated vessel to focus its energy. Let's see if we can put it to work for you.
He also takes your money. He's a distracted fellow, but not enough to forget that. He grabs 2 of his assistants, literally, and drives them literally down to his lower workshop. You hear several hours worth of clanging, shouting, and muffled explosions. Then he comes back upstairs with his singed apprentices and a goblet full of a shiny black mass.
I made sure the powder won't shake loose so that you can keep that in your pack. Carry it with you and its energy will surround you. You're welcome.
Energy will surround us. Chalice of Fire. 10% to magical resistance, 3% to magical damage. We don't have any magical abilities. Fire resistance would be nice. What if we leave it in someone else's pack? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it in Yannick's pack. It'll be more useful for him, I think. Ignore that ding that just happened. Okay. We'll leave it in Yannick's pack. He'll probably be able to make use out of it. Okay. Let's take a look at our other companions. And other people around here. See what happens. Actually, I wonder if we go into the dungeons, we'll get any other quests. Alright, Alcander. I want to talk about the treasure with you. Shh! Keeping Avadon from confiscating our loot will be a challenge. I'll find a way to release it for us. Be patient. I may be angry, but I know how to keep up my end of contract. Are you still angry? Of course I am. Okay. Alright, nothing new from him. Fine. What about up in this direction? Probably not, but does she have anything to say? Laria? Anything else I can do? No. Okay. Part Callan. I can give you information. No. Is there anything else I can do? You know, I feel like this information, we actually would get a new quest if we actually spoke with, if we actually knew where we were going, so I'm gonna do that first, then. Come, let us speak with Redbeard. We got plenty of time. Come on, this way, this way. Alright. Redbeard. Redbeard is still sitting on his throne. Hearts constantly come to visit him, delivering reports and receiving orders. Okay. I want to discuss Silk with you, if I may, the scout who was lost in the contested lands. Oh, yes, the scout was lost in the initial rebel assault, yes? What do you have to say? I met Silk outside a lair of rebel ogres. Really? And the scout has not yet returned to Rockridge Keep. This is very suspicious. That is desertion at best. Do not let past friendship cloud your judgment. Your career is too promising to risk on sentimentality. But that is all I have to say about it. One scout is unimportant compared to the struggle we face. Of course. And Hartprode has sent me to speak with you. Yes. As you know, we are currently hunting two particularly treacherous individuals. Miranda, a former Heart, who betrayed us and allowed the attack on Avadon. And Delos. You have actually had some success locating Miranda. This is good. Now I wish you to apply your skill to discovering Delos. Who is Delos? We don't know. We know almost nothing. He is a citizen of the Tawan Empire. His name has seemed to appear when investigating any plot against the Pact for the last several years. And he might exist. Wait, he might exist? I believe he does, but his name might also be a symbol, a sort of code word. He might be an actual human who hates the Pact, or he might be a group. It doesn't matter. Either way, the Delos entity will be utterly destroyed. What do I need to do? Follow your own lead. You discover that Delos might be hiding in an old Tawan temple. This would be very interesting, as these are places of power, full of deep and unpredictable magic. Your task is to travel to the Tawan Empire, investigate one or two of the temples, see if using one of them as a base of operations is possible. You will need this. He takes your blue crystal and replaces it with a white crystal. It will enable you to reach the Dharam portal. Powerful magic. I will let the Dharamites explain it to you. Tawan magic is very odd, and powerful, and dangerous. They will tell you what you need to know. Where do I go, exactly? Downstairs. The portal is east of the library. Take the portal from Avadon to Dharam, travel to the town of Troezen, and report to Xenophon. He is a lord there. When you arrive, he will tell you where you need to go. Travel to Troezen and report to Xenophon. And then? Follow directions. It is a long journey to the Tawan, but my agents will lead you. Once you find the temples my eyes have selected for inspection, explore them. Report back to me their nature. And if I find Delos? Whoever or whatever he or it is, immediate destruction. Nothing fancy, no interrogation, no stealth. Just death. That is all. Good luck. Of course, Lord Redbeard. Now, we have other people to discuss. How about you, Felixa? What do you need? My clan holds lands throughout the southeastern Tawan. However, some of our farms have been lost to us. Some dark magic has possessed it. I know that Avadon is always looking for powerful, uncontrolled energies, the sort of thing that can grow to menace the Pact. Thus, I wanted to give you the chance to investigate. If you determined the nature of the dark force and removed it, we could both benefit. What sort of dark magic? A black, shadowy miasma settled over the farm. It clouded both vision and the minds of the people there. All fled. The land is lost to us until the force is removed. I can help you. I am most grateful. She marks a location on your map. The farm is in the remote lands of the Tawan. My master's name is Gaurus. You can find him in the town of Serdika. He can give you more detailed directions. I hope the power of Avadon can defeat the dark forces there. Of course, Felixa. An envoy of the Tawan Empire. Uncontrolled magic. Okay, we can deal with that. Now let us go investigate other places in here, as we need to do. And yes, I am going to give another try to that tower, or whatever. Polis stands unobtrusively. Ah! Okay, what is your message, Polis?
The shaman Diedrich told me that he was very eager to speak with you. Quite distressed, in fact. believe he spends most of his time working in the training hall.
Okay, now we should have actual quests given to us from other people. Alright then. Diedrich. Diedrich is painfully eager to speak with you. He frantically pulls you to one of the benches circling the room. He is so eager that he forgets to hide his tattoo.
Farron, I have exciting news. My tribe wants to speak with me. They banished me and gave me this accursed mark on my face, but now my uncle is with me.
How'd you find this out?
They sent a runner on the free roads. He arrived at Avadon, left his message, and returned home.
Where have you been summoned to?
A stone circle in the Blackwood. It is a region in the southern Wild Realm, outside Rebel territory.
He marks it on your map. Why did they want you?
I don't know.
Is it safe?
Nothing in those war-torn lands is ever safe, but I have done nothing that would cause my kin to kill me.
What do you want from me?
I want you to go there with me. It is dangerous territory, and I do not want to go there without company.
I'd be honored if you would come with me to meet my clan. Do you think they will take you back in?
I don't know. I dream of it. I don't dare dream of it. I'm scared. I am hopeful. I must go.
Blackwood? Yeah, sounds good. Let's go. Diedrich slumps back against the wall and lets out a sigh of relief.
Thank you, Farron. I was worried. If I can ever be truly loyal to you, I must know you will aid me in my time of need. I eagerly await our journey.
Of course. We will do that, and I will gladly help you. Oh, that's just a guard. Okay, now we can go speak with other people here. See what we can do. And see if there's any other information or any other quests. Art Callan, anything else I can do?
You are ambitious, Farron. I approve.
Yes, there is something you can do. You are traveling to Daram's border with the Tawan Empire. A member of Hanvar's council, Councillor Filana, is there now, bothering an Avadon outpost there. She has been there for some time. Suspiciously long. Councillor Filana is a foe of Avadon. She has often spoken against us. I would like for her to change her song. Why does she oppose us? Avadon is expensive, and its power at its peak has been without limit. This creates fear and envy. Filana is taking advantage of our temporary weakness to win permanent reductions in our budget and influence. What should we do with her? See if she needs a favor. If not, then see if you can find information to use against her. She has been in the Avadon outpost of Daram, away from her duties for some time. Whatever you do, make it subtle. Do nothing that will enrage the other members of the council. Okay, that's something we can definitely do. Now, let's speak with other people here. Like... Probably not. Anything else I can do? No. There may be something in the dungeons by now that we can do. There was that one person who escaped down into the deeper areas of the dungeons, so maybe, just maybe, there'll be a quest there. Okay. Yannick. Have we found anything interesting? No. Okay. Kalita. No, I don't think there's anything new. Okay. What about here? We did get a new gem. We might be able to actually help out Yoshiria. Yoshiria walks up to greet you. She looks quite distressed.
Farron, I need to speak with you, briefly.
Yes?
I have learned something distressing. I have learned that one of the Grey Raptors is in Avadon.
One of the what?
That is what I need to talk to you about.
I want to talk about the Grey Raptors.
When I was a Shadow Walker in Hoaglandia, my lord sent me into the woods to hunt Kellum raiders and brigands. I found and ended them. One of those I killed seemed a grimy thug. His father was a man of wealth and influence. He hired the Grey Raptors to get vengeance upon me. And one of them is in Avadon right now.
Who are the Grey Raptors?
The elite mercenaries of Kellum, available to those with great wealth. They pretend they are more than mere swords for hire, and yet that is what they are.
How did you escape?
I left. I came to Avadon. Not even the Grey Raptors would dare kill a hand, I think.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because you have impressed me, Farron, and I want to fight with you. I can't ask you for that honestly without letting you know what is involved.
A Grey Raptor is in Avadon.
Yes, in the northeast garden. I would like for you to talk to him.
Why?
Intelligence. I want to know why he is here, what he wants from me. If you found out and let me know, I would appreciate it.
Gladly. We'll do just that, especially now that we actually have access.
And we got 10 minutes. I think we can take a look in here. This is basically a path down here. That, I think, is the library. Yes, it looks like we're basically accessed down here. We'll take a look at the library shortly. That, we can't go to. That's a red door. Northern portal to Cameria. This book is about Cameria. Alright then, let's read it. Cameria. Cameria is one of the far lands, occupying much of the northwest corner of Linnaeus. A land of fierce barbarian tribes, an outsider might at first consider it identical to the Wildrum to the south. This would be a mistake. Once, centuries past, Cameria was the northern expanse of the Wildrum, to the extent that this huge swath of fiercely independent people could be considered one entity. Then the northern tribes looked east, saw the huge stone cities, and became envious. The southern tribes stuck to the old ways, and the northern tribes began to build stone towers and halls. These tribes began to unite into larger alliances called steads, each with a city at its corner. By the standards of, say, Kalimdariel, these settlements are miserably provincial and humble. And if you spent a few years searching, you might find someone in Cameria who cares what Kalimdariel thinks. Then Cameria learned other tricks from the east, like the building of empires, the ways of constant war, the occasional utility of the massacre. The tribes of the west always had their skirmishes, but then the steads of Cameria banded together and brought a new way of war to the tribal lands, one that caused great suffering and loss in the Wildrealm. The Wildrealm is now part of the Pact, and Cameria pays yearly tribute to them. However, travelers from the Pact recently began to vanish while traveling the roads of Cameria. Normally, Avadon would investigate these events, but in its current weakened state, it can't afford to send any hands. Interesting. Why would we be going to Cameria? Well, here's the garden. Member of the Grey Raptors, I believe it was. Should be up here somewhere. No sign yet. Ah, that must be it. There's a young Kellam man walking calmly around this garden. He wears long, flowing grey robes, which mostly conceal the blade he wears underneath. His tender age and handsome features are only slightly marred by the scars on his face and hands. When you are near, he turns from his path and approaches you. His hands are out in peaceful greeting, but his eyes are cold.
Greetings, Farron. I am Envoy Jamie of the Grey Raptors. It's important that I speak with you.
Tell me about the Grey Raptors.
We are an elite organization of warriors, spies, mages, and assassins in Kalimdariel. Any can purchase our services to further their political ends. We have served the most powerful or ambitious of Kellam for 3 centuries.
You sound like mercenaries. Jamie is insulted by this, but he knows enough not to argue with a hand inside Avadon.
Some think this. They are wrong. We are a mark of status. Hiring our services is a way for an ambitious Kellam to show that he or she is attaining power. Sometimes we are hired to do exactly nothing. The expense is the important thing.
Are all Grey Raptors as young as you? You detect the slightest hint of a blush on his face.
I am still a novice, still in training. My skill with the blade has grown great. I have gained enough scars to show my resolve. Now I am learning the ways of diplomacy. Thus I am here.
You don't seem to travel in secret.
Of course not. I'm not on a mission. If we keep all of our members secret, how can our clients find us?
You aren't afraid that someone will target you?
I do not fear. Anyone who harms a Grey Raptor suffers horrifying vengeance. Fear of receiving the longest and slowest of deaths tends to stay in the hands of those who would do us harm. Of course, some are foolish enough to anger us. You travel with one such.
Envoy Jamie watches you silently. He keeps his hands away from his sides, palms out, making it explicitly clear that he does not intend to fight you. Right now. You said I have dangerous friends.
I speak of Yoshiria. This Shadow Walker is... We are displeased. You might speak with her. Learn of the burden you gain by walking at her side.
Was that a threat?
No. We are powerful, but even we must bow to the power of Avadon, even if said power dwindles day by day.
Tell me about the job you are offering.
We have been hunting for a man. His name is Griffin. Until 2 years ago, Duke Griffin. He was a powerful lord in Kalimdariel. Then he fled. We wish to find him. Any information you can give about his location will be paid for very well.
Ah, so canonically Duke Griffin was not killed and escaped. Interesting. Why are you asking me? You show skill and you are going where we believe he is. Where should I look for him? We have had a report. Someone caught a glimpse of him in the Durham town of Troezen. When you are there, all we want is for you to make a few discreet inquiries. Who is this person? A traitor. He sold the honor of the Kellum for Farland's gold. He tried to betray our people and start a war with Hochlandia. He failed and fled. We will find him. What will happen when he is caught? Envoy Jamie says nothing. I think that's definitely something we can do. And we most likely will do, in fact. We'll let our companion Yoshiria know about this soon. Just a little bit more to investigate. Okay. That is the portal that leads to Durham. Ah, and here's a book on Durham. Alright, let's give it a quick read. Durham. Durham is the easternmost member of the Midlands Pact. It crawls up most of the eastern coast of Linnaeus. It is a sea power. Its merchant fleets can be found in all four seas, north, south, east, and west. Durham, despite its awkward location, is a hub for goods and ideas of all the lands of Linnaeus. Durhamites are a pleasant, tolerant, philosophical people, loving long conversations, leisurely meals, and an absence of warfare. They were the first to fully subscribe to the idea of forming the Midlands Pact, especially since it gave them at least protection from the constant flow of vicious raiders from Svorgald. The people of Durham have a very unusual way of selecting leaders, one that makes the other lands of Linnaeus seem as quite eccentric. All of Durham is split up into bands, groups of people between 500 and 1,000 strong, divided up by village or neighborhood. Every 5 years, the bands gather for a speaking, where they choose a speaker. The speaker is the one who has the support of the largest number of members of the band. Then the speakers gather in groups, and each of these groups chooses a single member to represent it. This process continues upwards until a council of about 10 or 15 honored Durhamites is assembled to lead the nation for the rest of the 5-year period. Thus, in a very real sense, even the poorest and lowliest has a voice in selecting the highest powers in Durham. It's a very strange practice. Fortunately, it has shown few signs of infecting the other states of Linnaeus. So, it sounds like a modified version of the government in the US, more or less. A form of democracy, in a way. Each of those bands is effectively like one of the states in the US. And it just goes upward from there to form... Well, it doesn't quite reach the level of the Senate, the House of Representatives, and such, but it is something similar, it seems. Anyway, this is the glorious library of Avadon. For centuries, the keepers of Avadon have stuffed this tower with copies of every book of note in all of Linnaeus. The shelves groan with dusty tomes. The stacks above your head are the stuff of legend. Alas, when Avadon was attacked, a fiery battle took place here. The librarian was lost, along with many irreplaceable books and scrolls. The librarians have spent years working to repair or replace everything damaged in the assault. Of course. Alright, well, let's see what books we have here. The Stone Wall Beyond. Of course. Where is it? Here it is. There are two principles the Pact relies upon to guide it in its laws and actions. The second of these is the Stone Wall Beyond. This means that all members of the Pact, when dealing with outsiders, should be cold, emotionless, and unbreakable, like a stone wall. When dealing with the barbarians and creatures that inhabit the far lands, a true member of the Midlands Pact acts only for the good of the Pact, untouched by sentimentality. When the presence of a human from, say, the Tawan Empire, here, it is easy to be tempted by sentimentality, pity, undue emotional attachment. The Stone Wall Beyond ever reminds the Pact that these outsiders are, at the heart of it, the enemy. They have raided the Pact before, they will again. Empathy has its place in many parts of life, but when dealing with an outsider, be like stone. Okay, then. The Tawan Empire. Ah, that's something we need to learn about. Let's see. There it is. There is little sadder than a crumbling empire, a shadow of its former self, unable to embrace new ways or engage in any effort beyond futile and desultory efforts to regain old glories. 3 centuries previous, the Tawan Empire controlled all of eastern Linnaeus. All paid tribute. Hochlandia was forced to yield to those not of the folk. Kellamdariel finally found a culture it could not absorb and overwhelm. The people of Durham continued to gather and vote, but their will was meaningless. But with age and wealth came complacency. The Tawan Empire grew fat, bloated, and consumed with the viciousness of its own internal politics. and then one by one their client states began to rebel and throw off its control. By the time the Tawan Empire realized what was happening, it was too late. The Midlands Pact was formed. The Tawan were forced to pay tribute to the pact. Hanvar's council provided edicts to the Empire, and failure to obey them meant bloody retribution. Now what the Tawan Empire is an empire in name only, a collection of crumbling cities full of old art and reminders of past glory. Their leader, Emperor Vartius, is old and ineffective. That is why the pact lets him stay in power. But after centuries of trial, the Empire is growing hungry again. Some of its people have sharp eyes and big dreams. But first they must shake off the hand that holds them down. They must rid themselves of the pact. And that is where the problems and issues come in here. Oh geez, there's like multiple books there. None here, but we got 3 over here. And I think that's the guy in charge. So we have Open Arms Within. Okay. This episode's gonna go on a little longer, but it's fine. Open Arms Within. There are 2 principles the pact relies upon to guide it in its laws and actions. The first of these is Open Arms Within. This means that all members of the pact are supposed to greet each other with open arms, acting at least on the surface like they are all brothers and sisters. Of course, the reality is far more complicated. The troops of Kalimdariel and Hulklandia have engaged in several minor battles in the Baraza woods. The raiders of the Wildrealm and the Kava have engaged in fierce guerrilla war in the south. In any public dealing, such rivalries are supposed to be ignored. The members of the pact are supposed to act like all other members, no matter how distasteful, are valued, worthy allies in the difficult quest for survival. Alas, as more blood is shed and Avadon continues to struggle to rebuild, some have begun to quietly question whether the pact can hold together as it has in the past. Alright, and these 2, what are left? This is one of the catalogs of the Avadon Library. They have thousands of rare tomes here, some centuries old. Taking them out of the library for any reason subjects all but the most influential to gruesome penalties. You notice that many of the listed books have been crossed out. They must have been destroyed in the raid on the fortress. That's the same one. That door doesn't open. All that leaves is I, Berenger. The head librarian of Avadon is an old Kellam man, left pale by many decades spent indoors with shelves of scrolls. His clothes are covered with bits of dust and soot. His task is to rebuild the libraries of Avadon after their near destruction. Years after the assault on the Black Fortress, many of the works here are still needing repair and reshelving. But of course, his main task is to aid the hands. He reluctantly puts down his work and walks over to you.
I am I, Berenger. You are a new hand, yes? I can assist you. Forgive us, though. Much remains to be done.
Tell me about the library.
It was one of the finest libraries in Linnaeus. Redbeard places great value on knowledge. Then the attack came. Now we must recover.
Can I check anything out?
No, not at all. Only Hearts and the Keeper himself can take books out. Please don't take anything. I don't want anyone to punish you.
Were you here when the attack happened?
No, I was not here yet. Lyra was a predecessor. One of Redbeard's wives.
Wives?
So I am told. A joke, I think. Redbeard's 3 closest advisors were called his wives. 2 of them are gone now. They were not actually intimate, I don't think. Nobody will ever accuse me of being a wife, I think.
Yeah. Well, it all depends on your orientation or how flamboyant you are, I think. Tell me about Lyra.
She died defending the library. She was very competent. Her cataloging system was groundbreaking.
Berenger talks with you as he walks around the library. He patiently guides his assistants in their slow restoration of the works here. How'd you come to be here?
When my predecessor died, Redbeard began a search. For a new librarian, I mean. He felt that I was best. My skill in Kalimdariel was known. We make very good librarians. He called on me.
And you chose to come?
I had no choice. When Avadon selects you, you must serve, as I am sure you know very well.
Kalimdariel has good librarians.
The best. Us and the Daramites. And some Hulklandians. We are the book peoples.
Some lands have poor librarians.
I do not want to start an argument, but the Wild Realm tends to not gather many books. And while the Kaval values writing, most of their books are on big stones.
You suspect he is joking. Is there any way I can help you?
What? Help from a hand? Oh, that would be useful. We don't have much staff. Some of the tasks facing us are dangerous. You have weaponry. You can help. The upper stacks are in the tower above us. We can't reach them. The defenses there are out of control. Someone needs to destroy them. I will unlock the door so that you can go up and do that thing.
Wait, I'm destroying the defenses.
They are turrets. We have lost control of them. You need to remove them. They may try to kill you.
How'd this happen?
Gravmaster Nicodemus created them. Said he was as skilled as a tinker mage. Turns out this was not true.
Why doesn't he remove them?
Because he thinks the problem is our fault. So he's a bit crazy. To talk to him, he might have advice for removing them.
I suppose I can just take a quick walk over to him. The episode is going on a little long, and I'm going to end it in a moment. But a quick speak to Nicodemus to see if he has anything to say about how to remove them. And then we're going to take a look at a few other areas, I think. Just a couple. In the next episode, I mean. Alright, Nicodemus. I need to do something about the turrets in the library tower.
Oh, that. Don't blame me for that disaster. I'm sure that the installation was improperly performed.
What do I do about it?
Oh, you should destroy the control turret. It's in the tower in somewhere. You know, I created a more intelligent turret to guide the others. I'm sure the librarians placed it in an uninteresting tower and it died of boredom. I warned them.
Yeah, sure. Wonderful. Well, we'll deal with that in the next episode, because this one has gone on way long enough. Next episode, we'll deal with the turrets in the tower, and give another try to the Tower of Trials. Because I think we might have a chance now. Farron's gotten a bit stronger, and he has more items that might help out. I really need to do something about those, all those runestones I have. I'll figure out some of them. But that's going to be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, that is Farron and everyone else. This has been an Avadon 2 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.